So you want to talk about COPPA and the FTC and YouTube and videos being made for kids. Okay, let's talk about it here. Definitely a tricky topic, but one that we must address. Let's do it. Hey everyone, Dave K here today, and we are talking about COPPA and content being made for kids and YouTube and the FTC and how all that is going to play out here for us. And I have a tendency to smile, so it's a worrisome topic. It's a worrisome topic. But so I want to dive into this a little bit, starting with the fact that it's definitely worrisome, especially in the sense that if your channel is made for kids or if your channel gets deemed made for kids, then you could run into some challenges. A lot of challenges, including losing some ads, as well as losing the ability to get comments on your channel, losing notifications, so viewers and those who've subscribed to your channel won't get notifications when you post a video, especially if that particular video is made for kids, and a couple of other challenges like that. So it's definitely a very worrisome topic. That being said, I am confident that we can push through and we'll make something work, but it's definitely worrisome. You know, it's worrying a lot of people. And it's fair that it is worrisome because it's a stressful thing. There's a lot of changes coming onto it. We don't really know the impact, the range of impacts that this may have. For example, if you say your video is not made for kids and it is made for kids, could be huge potentially. There could be some huge impacts there. People losing channels or losing notification, you know, all those other things we talked about in terms of if your video is deemed made for kids, or fines, huge fines for people for those videos. So these are all sort of concerns that will need to be addressed. It's something that's in the back of everyone's minds, which is definitely making this, again, a very stressful and concerning topic. So just initially thinking about this COPPA thing, it's definitely a scary one, but we will work through it. I'm confident we're going to move forward, we're going to work through it, and we're going to make things work. So another piece of this is the fact that it's a bit challenging to know if your content applies here and if your content is technically deemed as made for kids. So as I think about my videos, and what they say is think about your primary audience, think about your secondary audience, you know, are those kids or are there kid actors or anything like that? And when I ask myself those questions, my answer is no. That being said, although again my primary audience isn't kids, kids could still technically totally watch my videos. And they are friendly and everyone should be able to enjoy them. But then they're positive. I try to stay positive, and you know, I don't really drink and I don't really use any language. So based on those things, hypothetically, you know, kids could watch and enjoy the videos as well. So that's kind of a concern, something to think about in terms of where do my videos really sit? It's tough to know. And there's a lot of people in these situations where, well, they're not really intending these videos towards kids, but they could easily be consumed that way. And I think there's a huge population on YouTube that's the case for. And everyone's got their own sort of level or scale on the spectrum, if you will, in terms of how kid-friendly is this video. You know, how likely is it that it could possibly be seen as made for kids? So again, another challenge to consider is what really defines made for kids and how do we know our content is made for kids? So that is still up in the air. I'm not 100% sure. I'm thinking most of my stuff is not made for kids, but at the same time, kids could hypothetically watch it. So that's kind of where I'm at, and I think that's where a lot of people are at as well. That being said, there is a space between made for kids and adults only. So there's a made for kids and there's a not made for kids. And if you select not made for kids, then you have the potential to say, okay, this is an 18+ video, you know, adults only, or this video is fine for everybody. It's not adults only, but it's not made for kids. And I think that's where my videos sit, and I think that's where a lot of people's videos sit as well, in terms of, well, again, our primary audience isn't kids, right? So we're not making kids cartoons or using kid animated TV shows or real life kid interaction TV shows like a Nickelodeon or something along those lines, but at the same time it could still be consumed by kids. Kids could still watch and enjoy those videos. So I think a lot of people sit there, and it does seem like there's a middle ground there between, again, adults only and made for kids, and I think I'm somewhere in that middle where it's, again, not made for kids, but kids could watch it. It's not an adult only video. So that's kind of where I'm at, and I think that's where a lot of others are at as well. But it's definitely something we need to continue to get some clarity on and really further understand in terms of, again, what does each of these buckets mean, and how do I know where to put each of my videos in each of these buckets, because it is on us to make sure we put our videos in the right place. Taking a detour from that, I just want to share my goal with you in all of this. And my goal is to be able to share fun and positive and friendly adventures with you and bring a smile to your day and bring positivity and help sort of brighten your day and give you something. Maybe you're on the way to work and you're looking for something to bring up your mood, make things a little bit more positive for you. And I've done videos all the way from talking about positivity and how to try to bring about that positivity to just videos where I'm doing fun stuff, or maybe videos where I'm eating stuff to try to brighten your day as well. So that's kind of the whole objective that I have going into the videos and kind of what I have in the back of my mind as I'm making them. So with that in mind, my sort of core philosophy here is we will overcome this. We're going to get through it, even if my channel gets deemed as made for kids, which I really don't think it will, because I think there's a lot more between me and made for kids content, and I will probably have to continue to do some research on this. Especially once this starts going into play and we see who's deemed as made for kids and who's not made for kids, and they have some examples, maybe some criteria on that. But I'm confident that regardless of how this plays out, we will overcome it. We're going to figure something out. I'm going to be able to continue to share videos with you. We will make it work. I'm all about, again, being able to share that positivity and the energy and the fun with you. And so I will share stuff with you. It's just going to be a question of how are we going to make that happen. So I will be here. We will overcome it. It's just a question of how that approach is going to go. So a couple of different thoughts on that in terms of if I run into some issues and let's say some of my videos get deemed as made for kids. And the impact of that is, again, losing the notifications that you'd get on the videos, losing the comments that I'd have on the videos. And so I want to touch on that a little bit now as well. And I want you to keep this in mind and make sure you're being conscious of this. If I lose, for example, those notifications and you're still interested in seeing my videos and I'd love to have you be a part of it with me, don't forget you can still go directly to my channel, search up my videos, and be able to find some videos there. That's assuming that I just lose notifications and they're still kid-friendly and they don't remove my channel as a whole, which hypothetically could also happen. It really depends on the situation. I'm not 100% sure how different things are going to be defined as having different results come out of them, but that is also a possibility as well. That being said, if my channel continues to exist, if you search my channel, you can still find those videos. You'll be able to watch those videos and enjoy those videos. And if my channel gets removed completely, well, then there are other social media platforms for us as well. I want to keep in mind and remind you of, don't forget, you can check out my Instagram and my Twitter at TheDaveK. So it's Instagram.com/TheDaveK or Twitter.com/TheDaveK. And you can go to those to hear any news from me if I've got anything going on in terms of we found this out with our videos and so there's no notifications, or let you know of my different schedule if I'm changing up my video creation schedule. And I will also make videos. If I'm continuing to make videos on YouTube, I will continue to make videos for you that say, here are the times and here are the days my video's coming out. Right now, it's 5 days a week. We're doing it at 8 a.m. And so it's just kind of that process. If I change that up, I will make videos about it, but definitely keep your eyes open for those tweets as well as those Instagram posts as well, where I'll try to give you that information. Again, if that happens and that comes around and we have some challenges where we may not even have YouTube anymore, really hoping that's not how this one plays out, but we're going to keep our eyes open for it. And again, assuming that scenario plays out, I want to remind you, I want to let you know, I'm still out there. I'm going to continue to create stuff. Make sure that you check out as well my Twitch channel in my description right here, twitch.tv/DaveK. I'm going to continue to be on there. If I end up not being able to make YouTube videos anymore, you'll see me on there twice as often, 3 times as often on Twitch, playing all the video games and making sure that I'm still able to put my face out there, have discussions with you, chats with you, talk with you about the forward future, kind of what we're thinking about content creation, kind of where we're going in the future, and what we can do to still bring you that fun, exciting content. So definitely make sure that you check out those different platforms that I have. Keep in touch with me on those as well, and you can keep up with all the information. And thank you again, by the way, for following me on all those platforms, for all your comments, being a part of it with me. And Twitch as well. Again, it's a streaming service. You can watch me play games, totally free service. They just don't do pre-recorded videos. They just do live streams. So you can join me over there for some gaming live streams. Always a fun time. I have done the occasional non-gaming live stream. I even did one in the parks at one point on Twitch, but definitely a majority of the videos I'm creating over there are gaming. But again, I'm going to continue to be creating content, whatever it might be, regardless of how this situation plays out. And if it's on YouTube, awesome. And if it's not on YouTube, we will make something else work. But just want to let you know, we will make something work. I will be out there. If you want to be a part of it with me, look for the face. Keep up with the Twitters and the Instagram and all that other stuff. And again, I want want to thank you for being a part of it with me. Don't forget, you can also check Facebook. I've got a Facebook profile as well, where some of my Instagram posts will go, and you'll be able to see some pictures through there. But those other profiles are the main ones, at least for now. Who knows, maybe Facebook will get more involved, assuming things don't work out with YouTube. It's going to be an ever-evolving process, but we have to be able to adapt to change, right? We have to be ready to adapt to change and kind of figure things out. But again, I want to thank you for being a part of it with me, and hopefully, as we're making these changes, you're able to keep up with it and figure out where I'm going, and I'm going to try to communicate that really as well as I can to you. So just making sure that you're looking out for those tweets, those Instagram posts, those Twitch streams, and all that kind of thing. And feel free to ask me about this stuff anytime in the comments here as well while this video is around. I imagine I'm not going anywhere. All the videos should still be there, but in the event that things change, again, there are other platforms. So in short, I'm not going anywhere. You will see me. I'm going to keep making videos on YouTube as long as that's possible. I imagine it's going to be fine. I imagine it's going to continue being fine into the future here. It's just a little bit worrisome early on. I know a lot of people are worried, and I can totally understand where people are coming from on that, because there's a whole laundry list of concerns of things that might happen if your video is deemed incorrectly, or even if you say that your videos are made for kids, a whole bunch of features and abilities you're going to lose with your videos in terms of YouTube, and how that's going to impact people's ability to continue to make YouTube videos and to use YouTube as their job for a lot of different people. So that's something to keep in mind. It's definitely worrisome. That being said, again, I'm going to continue to do it. I will be here. You will see me. Keep your eyes open for it. And if things evolve in a way where I can no longer be on YouTube, you will see me somewhere else. So just keep your eyes open for that. Keep your ears open for that. One other thing I wanted to touch on with you is that these changes don't go into effect until January 1st of 2020. So we still have some time. We don't have to worry too much about these changes right now and imminently, but in case I don't get the chance to put together another video on this topic, and I know a lot of you asked on the recent live streams as well in terms of what my thoughts are on this and if I'm worried about it, that kind of thing. Just wanted to give you an idea of where my head's at and kind of what the plan is on this. But again, I think we still have a good another couple of days here. Hopefully we'll figure it out and get some more insights and learn a little bit more about exactly how this is going to work and kind of where my channel fits in the whole thing as we progress here. But it's just something to keep in mind. And, I'm sure we'll work our way through it, but we still have some time to kind of figure out and get some clarity on exactly what's happening. Even one additional thought that I'd had is if I need to sort of up the stakes in my YouTube videos, if I need to create it even more of a way where it's not made for kids and add more adult factor to those videos, if you will. I'm not sure exactly what that would look like, but if I needed to do something like that, maybe it would be not going to parks and instead only reviewing food, or maybe it's only sitting here talking about wellness stuff and talking about food and that kind of thing, and just kind of having conversations with you and being able to share my thoughts on health and about food and positivity and that kind of thing. If that's the way it ends up going, I can work with that too, and I can make those adjustments. So that's just another thought that I have. And I'd love to hear your thoughts on that as well. Are you with those ideas? Do you like the idea of just kind of those discussion things if that's the way it ends up going? Are you going to be joining me over on Twitch if that's the way things end up going? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And again, I want to thank you so much for being a part of it with me. I love being able to share everything with you, all the adventures, all the food, all the health and the wellness and the positivity thoughts that I have as well. So again, thank you for taking the time to watch this video and for being a part of it with me. And I'm looking forward to continuing to share adventures with you in the future, regardless of what they might be. You will see some adventures. My face will be in those adventures. Look forward to that. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell while you can to stay informed. You'll be able to. It's not going anywhere as far as I know. And make sure you check out my gaming channel as well in the description. Not in the description, but on the end screen, you'll see my gaming channel currently named Dave K Media. And in the description, you've got my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Dave K. Make sure you check that one out as well. We definitely do gaming streams over there. We're trying to pick up the regularity of that schedule as well. So make sure you're keeping your eyes open. Right now, Mondays and Wednesdays at 7 p.m. over there. So we got a good start going. Thanks so much for being a part of the fun with me today, and I'm looking forward to seeing you real soon. Until next time, play on.